He wasn't just my hero, he was a lot of people's heroes.
The family of a man found murdered in Manatee County speaks out about his death.
We don't care what you say.
Immigrants are here to stay.
Plus, with heightened tension at the U.S.-Mexico border, dozens on the Suncoast make their voices heard on the subject of immigration and how you can help make US 41 better for drivers. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6:30.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Erica Jackson. Our top story, the political debate of immigration is heating up across the country. Right now, nearly 5,000 migrants are gathered in Tijuana, Mexico, and seeking asylum in the U.S. The president has already threatened to shut down the U.S. border, but doing so would impact more than just immigration.
You have about $1.7 billion in commerce going across the border every single day. Hundreds of thousands of people. If you shut down the border, you basically shut down the economy of the entire Southwest.
Many hope to apply for asylum in the U.S., but agents at the entry point near San Diego are processing fewer than 100 asylum petitions a day. Here on the Suncoast, demonstrators in Bradenton are voicing their opposition as part of International Day of Solidarity. It's a protest to support the refugees who are part of the Central American caravan attempting to make their way into the United States. ABC 7's Rick Adams brings us more from 14th Street West and Cortez Road.
Well, these people are hoping to have their voices heard loud and clear. They are showing their support for the refugees as they make their way towards the U.S.-Mexico border. The protesters held different signs which said messages such as solidarity with the refugee caravan, let them in, and full rights for all immigrants. There were also many chants as well, including immigrants are here to stay. These protesters are encouraging people to stand in solidarity with the group they were dubbing Caravanistas.
They are people, children and women are really the majority of them, who are seeking asylum, who are trying not to get killed in their countries, and who are running from horrendous violence. We also must acknowledge that many of the violence that's taking place and the destabilization of the government in Latin America has been a direct result of U.S. policy.
And organizers of this demonstration say they will continue to protest until there is change or until there is something done. Reporting from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Rick, thank you. Relatives of a man who was shot to death before his body was found burning on the side of a Manatee County road are now speaking out about his murder. Deputies say a witness found the body of Antonio Maurice Bradley burning along the side of MJ Road in Mayaca City on November 14th. Investigators confirmed his identity by performing an autopsy. We spoke with Bradley's family today. They say they want the 35-year-old to be remembered for his selfless personality, always putting his siblings, his mom, and his 4 kids before himself.
He would do anything to make sure that they were happy. So now I'm watching some kids that's going to have to grow up and not remember their dad.
Deputies say Aaron Koziak was arrested on unrelated charges before confessing to Bradley's murder. He is in the Manatee County Jail without bond. Bradley's family says the two were acquaintances and worked together. We'll hear more from Bradley's family coming up tonight on ABC 7 News at 11. Looking ahead this week, the new Sarasota County Schools Police Department will be getting new leadership. Tim Enos will be sworn in as the new chief of police on Tuesday. The ceremony will officially allow Enos to start in his new role. Parents and staff can get to know him at a meet and greet as well. The ceremony will be held on Tuesday at 10 a.m., but guests should arrive by 9:30. It will be at Riverview High School's Performing Arts Center. The event is open to the public. In First Alert Traffic tonight, the Florida Department of Transportation is looking for your input on how to make a stretch of US 41 better for drivers. They're focusing on the area from University Parkway to Whitfield Avenue. Right now, they have a team evaluating some possible future improvements. Some of those include widening sidewalks, adding more room in congested intersections, and improving lighting. For a link to that study so you can make your voice heard on the project, just go to our website, mysuncoast.com. Then click on our article, FDOT looking to improve US 41. Lido beachgoers can now enjoy sunbathing in new sand. 185,000 cubic yards of sand are being pumped in to fix the major erosion that has plagued the Sarasota beach. The sand is now being dredged from new paths, and big machinery is helping to put the sand in its place. ABC 7 viewer Taylor Armstrong sent us drone video of Lido Beach that was taken on Saturday. In the video, you can see the dredging taking place from a bird's eye view. Now, this beach renourishment project is a temporary fix. The city plans to dredge hundreds of thousands of cubic yards from Big Pass by next fall, but that project still has to get through some legal hurdles. This beach renourishment project is expected to be finished by February. And now let's find out if we can have some more good beach days in the upcoming days. Now let's head over to Josh Stone. He's in for Wendy Ross for your first alert weather.
At least a beach night, right? I mean, temperatures are gorgeous right now in the mid to lower 70s, so looking pretty good there. But we're talking about the dew points, though. As the temperatures start to fall in the overnight, well, they may get close to the dew point again, and we may have some areas of patchy, dense fog. So you're going to have to look out for that on your Monday morning commute. As far as the radar goes, nothing to show you here other than a few clouds, and the clouds will be on the increase as we get into tomorrow. We're calling for mostly cloudy skies tonight, but a pretty quiet night and comfortable evening for us. You know, the average low for this time of the year is 58, and we're going to be well above that. So 66 for our overnight low, but once again, patchy fog will take place. The winds will be calm, but as we get into tomorrow, things start to change with more clouds coming into the forecast here, breezy conditions. It'll be nice as far as the temperatures go, but then this is just a hint of what's to come for our forecast. Back to you.
All right, Josh, we'll check back in soon. Thank you. We move on now to protests in Alabama after a shooting at a mall on Thanksgiving night. Police now admit that the 21-year-old who they said shot and killed was likely not the gunman. 2 others were also killed in the shooting, including a 12-year-old girl. Speaking exclusively with ABC News, April Pipkins and Amantic Bradford say they demand answers after police announced an unlikely suspect in the shootings, and that was their son, 21-year-old Amantic Fitzgerald Bradford Jr., known as EJ.
They just went to rusted judgment on national TV and slandered my son's name. Got my son looking like he a killer.
After video surfaced of people running and ducking from gunfire, police issued a statement saying Bradford Jr. was the shooter, but less than 24 hours later, police retracted that statement. Police say Bradford was carrying a gun at the time when the shooting broke out, but an attorney for the family says Bradford was licensed to carry a gun. Protesters are now demanding that police release videos of the incident. Closer to home, authorities say 2 men were killed and 2 others injured in a shooting outside of a pizza shop in Orlando. When police responded to the Papa John's pizza shop on Saturday evening, they found a 20-year-old man dead and 3 other men injured. The men were taken to a hospital where another 20-year-old died. Deputies began searching for the suspect's vehicle and discovered it had been involved in a crash shortly after the shooting. The car fled, but deputies stopped it, and the 21-year-old driver was taken into custody. We now have new information on a shooting at a Walmart in Ocala. Police have identified the accused gunman as 54-year-old David Johnson. Police say he shot his ex-girlfriend, Carly Cronin, in a domestic dispute on Saturday. She died from her injuries, and then police say Johnson shot himself and is at the hospital with life-threatening injuries. He is not expected to survive. A Florida police officer is now being praised for saving a baby's life. Officer Jorge Gaz was patrolling when he saw an alert that the parents of a baby had called 911. They were driving the 6-day-old child to the hospital because she was choking and turning blue. Gaz feared they wouldn't get to the hospital in time to save the baby's life. Luckily, he happened to be nearby. He told the dispatcher to tell the couple to pull over at an intersection, where he met them and grabbed the baby, who was unconscious and not moving.
I gave her 3 to 4 thrusts to the back, made sure I kept her airway open, and once I heard her breathe and cry, and that's when I knew that the baby was breathing again.
She's breathing and thank God, you know, Officer Gus saved her life. You know, we were so thankful.
Paramedics came to the intersection and took the 6-day-old baby to the hospital. She was quickly released and is now doing fine thanks to Officer Gaz, a true hero. Still to come here on ABC 7, a San Francisco 49ers football player is arrested in Tampa. A look at his day in court and how the team is responding. Plus, after weeks on the front lines of the Camp Fire in California, firefighters recall some of their closest calls.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics.
What happened to my life was awful.
When your health is compromised, we investigate.
They are really drug dealers in white coats.
Corporate greed exposed.
How do you trust them to run this program?
The powerful held accountable with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Search Investigate TV on your Roku device. Download it now.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework.
He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's just gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
It's year-end clearance time at every Gettle location. Over 3,000 new vehicles, over 1,000 used vehicles on clearance right now at Gettle.com. And Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Get credit help, fast cash for your car, and year-end clearance prices right now at a Gettle dealership near you. Gettle's got it. At Gettle.com.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Welcome back. The San Francisco 49ers have released linebacker Reuben Foster just hours after he was arrested on a domestic violence charge in Tampa. Foster appeared before a judge this morning. His bond was set at $2,000. Foster is accused of slapping and pushing a woman, at a hotel where the team was staying. The 49ers were in Tampa to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this afternoon. Shortly after his court appearance, the 49ers announced Foster was released from the team. Now, this isn't Foster's first run-in with the law. Earlier this year, he faced similar domestic charges, which were ultimately dropped. He was also suspended by the NFL for 2 games this season for violating the league's conduct and substance abuse policies. The Camp Fire in Northern California is now 100% contained, but more than 200 people are still unaccounted for. The death toll now stands at 85. Crews from the Folsom and Sacramento Fire Departments spent nearly 3 weeks on the front lines of the Camp Fire. Now they're back home and sharing their stories. Mark Thompson reports.
The Folsom Strike Team arrived at the Camp Fire Thursday afternoon, just as the blaze was tearing through town.
Basically, our primary mission was evacuations and rescue.
As the flames bore down, the Folsom crew made several daring rescues, but soon found themselves cut off and needing to make a quick escape.
We were able to kind of save ourselves, so to speak, and in that process, we found some other people that were trapped by debris, trees, wires, etc. We assisted in getting them out, and then ultimately we made our retreat all the way back down.
Using every available means.
We put them in our truck, in our fire engines. There were other civilians that were coming down. We were able to flag them down.
At the same time, nearby, a Sacramento strike team was moving towards Paradise, their mission to save structures in a town already ablaze.
When you roll into town and Safeway is on fire, and when McDonald's is gone, and everything around it is gone, that day I knew it was a big one, and we're going to be here for a while.
With limited resources, the Sacramento crew saved house after house, but it's the ones they couldn't protect that they'll remember the most.
When I turn around and have to walk away from a house, and I look at that house, I'm like, this is someone's retirement home, and everything they have in it is inside that house, and there's nothing I can do with it.
Both crews say the people of Paradise were grateful, reaching out however they could to offer thanks, selfless gestures from people who themselves have lost so much.
I've been out on other strike teams before and wildland fires before, nothing like this.
And then you throw on top of the number of life lost this close to holidays, it does leave an impact on you.
Now, this isn't something we're going to have to deal with in Florida, but just in time for the final stretch of the holiday weekend, a winter storm is bringing snow, wind, and rain to a large part of the country. The winter storm system is moving across the Midwest, and it has put more than 25 million people in the Central Plains under winter weather alerts and 4 million people under blizzard warnings. Now, let's just take a look at this video out of Topeka, Kansas. The region could see whiteouts and slick roads throughout the day, which could make travel difficult, if not impossible. Snowfall totals of 6 to 10 inches are possible across the Midwest, and some areas could receive as much as a foot of snow. And speaking of travel nightmares, take a look at this live shot of traffic right now at the Delaware Memorial Bridge in New Jersey. That bridge is shut down on both sides right now due to a gas leak. All of those people trying to get home after the holidays, and now they're stuck waiting. And this is the bridge that I travel on at home in New Jersey to and from Delaware.
Is that right?
And I've never seen that much congestion on it. So fingers crossed they can get home quickly and safely, because I would hate to be dealing with that, especially after a long holiday weekend. You just want to get home.
Exactly. That's not fun, just to sit in traffic and just wait and wait and wait. You don't even know what's going on ahead of you. You know, the story, though, is what's happening in the Central Plains, as you just touched on.
That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah, and it is a mess. So let's check it out right now. We have blizzard warnings stretching from northern Illinois through northern Missouri into northeast Kansas. Now, where the warm part of the storm is, you have warm air and the precipitation is falling as rain, and mind you, heavy rain. But on the northwest side of the storm, where it's cold and below freezing, that precipitation is falling as snow. And the winds are picking up because this system is very tightly wound, and by the time this is done, it could total up to 6 to 12 inches in some locations, maybe even more in some isolated spots. And then you have the winds about 35, 40 miles per hour blowing that snow and causing whiteout conditions. If you're flying out of SRQ to, say, O'Hare tonight, forget about it. 5+ hours of a delay because they're icing the planes, and it's just causing a ripple effect for delays and cancellations. Not a good situation in the Midwest right now. For us today was a very pleasant day. We had a few clouds that kind of skirted across the sky and very mild conditions. Right now our radar remains quiet. That's going to be the case at least for the next 24 hours because there is a change coming our way. Right now it's 73, pretty comfortable conditions, and a westerly southwesterly wind. Well, the winds will be light. Notice though the temperatures are going to be cooling down and possibly getting close to that dew point temperatures, so there could be areas of patchy fog that develop in the overnight hours. Well, yours truly got the forecast right. 78 degrees was our high for today, just 1 degree above the average high of 77, but still no rain. Now, rain is coming, won't be that much for tomorrow, but it is coming for tomorrow. And then it looks like later in the week, we may get a better chance for widespread and maybe heavier shower activity. But we're approaching about 10 inches of a deficit for rain for the Sun Coast. Okay, so Monday we can expect breezy conditions and afternoon to evening showers. Tuesday through Thursday, well, cooler temperatures are going to settle in. When I mean about cool, how about highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s? Definitely sweater and jacket weather for you. And then looks like by next weekend we'll get a better chance for widespread shower activity and maybe more meaningful showers that will come to the Suncoast. So here's the beginnings of the system to our west, and it's actually attached to the system that's affecting Chicago right now in the Central Plains. Boy, they are getting smacked. 2 spinning wheels, low pressure counterclockwise, high pressure clockwise, dragging that cooler air down from the north. And it is chilly, and of course the precipitation here on the back side of the system is falling as snow. For us though, we're obviously in the warm sector and a lot further south, so what we're going to get out of this is rain, but it's not going to be that much, I believe. Hit or miss showers, maybe a rumble of thunder here or there, but it should arrive in the afternoon of Monday. For the boaters tomorrow, well, the winds are going to kick up, and then you're talking about 15 to 20 knots and seas just offshore 2 to 4 feet with a moderate chop in the bay. So not really the best boating conditions. 66 for overnight low, but watch out for the patchy fog. For tomorrow, another nice day, upper 70s. But then that front comes in, and then we're talking about highs only topping out in the 60s on Tuesday and Wednesday. We may not even get out of the mid-60s on Wednesday. And notice the lows. We're going to cool down into the mid-40s. Some areas inland, possibly the lower 40s, but plenty of sunshine through Friday. And then another system brings more rain over this next weekend. Back to you.
Josh, thank you. The local branch of Wreaths Across America is asking for your help as they get closer to reaching their goal of laying wreaths on all the grave sites at the Sarasota National Cemetery. Currently, the organization needs to collect enough money for 1,500 more wreaths. They will be placed at the grave sites as well as the section where cremated remains are located. Mesha Richardson got involved with Wreaths Across America after her husband, who is a Navy veteran, passed away nearly 4 years ago. He is buried at the Sarasota National Cemetery as well. There are more than 1,500 cemeteries nationally that participate in this program.
We need to recognize them, not just Memorial Day, Veterans Day, but during the holidays. It's also important for those family members who've lost a loved one that have that empty chair during the holidays. That hurt never goes away.
The Wreaths Across America ceremony will take place on Saturday, December 15th at 10 a.m. at the Sarasota National Cemetery. For more information on how you can help with a wreath or help the organization, you can log on to our website at mysuncoast.com. Still to come, a big weekend at the box office. A look at the record-breaking holiday weekend at the movies.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Everybody can make something.
because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Welcome back. The U.S. box office had a great Thanksgiving weekend. It was the highest grossing on record. A big part of that success came thanks to Ralph Breaks the Internet. The sequel to Disney's Wreck-It Ralph took the top spot. It made an estimated $84.5 million over the extended holiday weekend. Another big moneymaker this weekend was Creed 2. The sequel to the 2015 original reunites Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone and earned an estimated $55.8 million over 5 days. Rounding out the top three, The Grinch, the Christmas classic, made just over $30 million at the box office. According to ComScore, the 5-day Thanksgiving weekend brought in a record-setting $314 million in the U.S. Did you go to the movies?
I didn't. I was working, but I missed those.
I know. I want to see Ralph Breaks the Internet. That looks good. Creed 2, but then I need to see Creed 1. And then I want to see The Grinch. I mean, it's a classic. You got to see the remakes.
I know. Yeah, why not? I mean, I remember the original one and that song, Here Comes Mr. Grinch or whatever.
That's a good one. It's a classic. We'll see you tonight at 11.
Florida's coral reefs are declining. Bad news for our oceans and marine life. Fortunately, you can help, and you don't have to dive, you just have to drive. When you purchase Moat's Protect Our Reefs license plate, $25 goes directly to Moat Marine Laboratory, whose research, restoration, and conservation programs are helping this precious natural resource thrive once again. So get your Moat Protect Our Reefs license plate today. You just might hold the key to saving Florida's reefs.
It's year-end clearance time at every Gettle location. Over 3,000 new vehicles, over 1,000 used vehicles on clearance right now at Gettle.com. And Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Get credit help, fast cash for your car, and year-end clearance prices right now at a Gettle dealership near you. Gettle's got it. At Gettle.com.
Like ABC7 on Facebook to stay connected to the team you trust.